Well, good morning, everybody. This is Dave with Nomadic e-biking adventures, and we're on the Van Fleet Trail again. Well, we're starting off from the Green Pond trailhead, and we're heading north to the end of the trail, so we're just about halfway. And we're going to go as far as we can. It's 18 miles, give or take, to the end of the trailhead here. And I'm down to 2 batteries. I sold the one battery that I was only getting 8 miles out of it. It was like 50% degraded. I sold it to a guy on Marketplace that he picked up an e-bike without a battery. It was a UE, and it was a perfect fit. It worked. It turned it on, but he had an issue with the e-bike not going. It would power up. You could see it on the display and everything, but it never engaged the motor. And after looking at the cable entrance into the rear axle that goes to the motor, it was really wound up tight. It's like somebody had taken the tire off and hit the throttle, and it kind of just corkscrewed together. So it was really tight, and there was bare wires on it. But anyway, it worked out fine for him. He's going to have to investigate to see why that was not working. But anyways, today's Wednesday, the 19th of November 2025, and time is 9:46 a.m. Temperature's very comfortable in the 70s, and this guy in front of me is, I think I saw on the side of his vehicle, it said Citizens Patrol. So he's patrolling the trail here. So we're gonna go run this out. Going back to the batteries, I got the 2 batteries left, and this is the number 2 battery, which should have a range of about 15 to 18 miles. And then we've got our 14 amp hour battery, which should give us a range of 22 to 25 miles. So it'll be close. So if I get 15 and 25, this is 36 miles round trip. 25 and 15 is 40 miles. So we should be fine as far as going back and forth. But stranger things have happened. Let's hit the droney. I was surprised this parking lot was pretty full.
10 meters. Droney. 3, 2, 1.
So I've got my 2 e-bike batteries. We're good there. I've got 6 extra GoPro batteries, which should be fine. I think we're going to end up cutting this round trip ride into 2 videos, one going to the end and then coming back. It should be about an hour and a half to get to the end. So we'll run into the next trailhead, which is about 10 miles down the road here, and then it's another 8 miles to the end of the trailhead, give or take. So we'll see how our first battery does. This is one of these shelters. I just asked that parks lady if they were ever going to end up putting mosquitoes netting back on it, and she said probably not. So that was always a nice little deal, I thought, to have that mosquito netting on it. See the mile marker on the pavements at 11.5. I forgot. I think it was 33 or 34 to the end of the line. Comfortable day, beautiful day. Not a cloud in the sky, just a little whispering cloud here and there. I've always done this trail from the north end. Now, we should take a gander here. We've had a couple alligator sightings here in the past, but wow, this water is gone. There's no water in here at all. I always saw a couple of them in here, but there's nothing here. I mean, it's bone dry. Wow. Well, we might not see alligators today. But I decided to try this one because this is just about, well, it's where I'm house sitting. Coming this way, it was about 27 minutes of driving to get here. That was the closest trailhead to be here. I think there's a couple bikers up here. They're pulled off to the side. Now I got the citizen patrol. Hardly any water in there. Hi there. Hi. Oh, she was out there talking to somebody else. Morning. Should head up to close to 80 degrees today. So I guess here in Florida, this is kind of the dry time of the year. We don't get any big storms or anything like that, no hurricanes anymore. Yeah, there's no water in here at all. It's all bone dry. I don't know where the gators go. And if you remember, I do have a trail camera towards the end of the line here. It's been working good. Been getting images of deer and possum, squirrel. I think even a hog was in there. I was going to bring some more deer corn, but I opted not to, just let it go. So I'd like to get the 18 miles out of this battery. And 18 miles would be the trailhead. And that little town is called Mabel. M-A-B-E-L, Florida. I remember when I did this whole trail to the end, and then there was an additional 10 or miles or so that went south, and I took that. So this is my longest trail ride on this trail that I've taken. I think it ended up being 83 miles, and that was 83 miles between 4 different batteries. That was a long day. I think it came out to be almost 8 hours of riding. That's a lot of riding for a day. And I was going like this. I didn't do a lot of stops. I don't have to worry about any rain today. The last couple times I got caught in afternoon rain. Yeah, all these, they used to be all full of water. It's all gone. Where do the alligators go? Well, I think to the left is a swamp. I don't know why my app keeps on shutting down the Onyx. This Van Fleet Trail is the longest straight trail in Florida. It just, the only time it has a slight turn to it is just south of where we started, and that's just a real slight turn. But other than that, this is just a very straight. You could set it on, set your bike on one heading and it'll stay on that. And this was a railroad at one time. This is one of the top trails in Florida. Another shelter. Those little boxes they got mounted on there, supposedly there's little supplies to fix your bike in case you have a flat, like wrenches, and I think there was an air pump. Most likely you're going to get if you get a flat tire on the trail. I've got all my supplies with me, so I'm ready if anything happens. Well, I guess this is the closest we're going to come to fall colors. There's some trees that are turning color and shedding their leaves, but most of the trees are going to stay green. The pine trees here, live oaks, some of the older oaks will shed their acorns. I'm running over acorns now, and squirrels are having a ball collecting all the nuts. That's a 14.5 mile marker. Well, you can't beat retirement. On the way here, I've seen so many people driving recklessly just to get to their prison job that I'm glad I'm not in that predicament anymore, where I need to be there at 9 o'clock on the dot. Retirement, you're your own boss. Now, this is the only residential one I've seen on this. He's got some chickens over here and roosters. I need to exercise my gears. They're a nice little picnic table, picnic benches. just so peaceful out here. I mean, I think on this whole 34-mile trail, there's only like less than 6 road crossings that you got to worry about. Otherwise, you could fall asleep riding in a straight line and not worry about crashing. From where I took off going to the north is probably the least traveled. Everybody usually starts on the other side, which is in Polk City, and that's right off of Interstate 4, or yeah, Interstate 4. Because that's closer to Orlando. I think if I went down to the Polk City, I measured it out, it would be like a 35-minute ride to get there, versus this is a 27-minute ride at the halfway point. $16-mile marker. Hogs are going crazy in the side of the trail here. $7.95 rail marker. I think, if I remember, that's up to Richmond, Virginia. Or is it Richmond, North Carolina? I don't know, I'll have to Google it. in a while you'll see on the trail potholes or divots, and they try to warn you. They put little stripes in front of the patch, and all these were I think made by heavy equipment that was in here probably a year or two ago. That was clearing out the sides of the trail, removing some trees here and there, and just make it a little bit more wider that you can see anything that may be up ahead. There's another trail. It's just a little platform out overlooking the swamp that's not swampy anymore. Seven and a half miles so far, 26 minutes. Be happy, we need 10 more miles. We're on 3 bars left. .5. We got one of these stations coming up. I'm going to pull over and just check that box out, see what's actually in it, if anything. Shut the e-bike off to conserve power. There is nobody coming, and nobody's. So this is a bike RX. Let's see what's inside. Oh, there you go. Spider. It's got a, well, it's got a cable lock. It's got mostly an air pump, and then it has for your removing the tire off your deal there. There's a little screwdriver. That's kind of nice. That's what's in there. We'll take a little drone shot here. All right, well, it looks like we're coming up to the, I forgot what this bay, I think it's bay something. Don't look like anybody's here. What is this called? Bay Lake. Bay Lake. Well, let's see if we can get a picture of this one. I don't know if I can get this or not.
Droney. 10 meters. Droney. 3, 2, 1.
Don't know how far it's going to get into those trees. Oh, that was a good one. Just tickled the branch. All right, so this is the Bay Lake trailhead. There's nobody here. It's a nice, got a restroom here. So this is the 10-mile mark. 10 miles to here. And we've got 2 bars left. Trail is 30 miles long and travels through remote areas. May not have cell signal. Cool. Alright, so it's 30 miles long. I thought it was like, yeah, that's right, 30 miles long. So if I measured it out, we got 8 miles to get to the other trailhead. We're sitting at 10.3 miles. And there's that stupid Amazon timer again. .5. Well, either way, once we get to this other trailhead at the end of the line, we'll probably swap out the batteries, because then we'll have plenty of battery to get back. Because my other one I've been getting, never really run that dry, but should be getting right around 25. Especially in these conditions where I'm not braking and stopping at all, you know, for crossings. It's a nice steady use of battery power. I think I see somebody up ahead of me, way ahead, maybe about a half mile. Still no water in the ditches. Swamps are dry. 21 mile marker. Another bicycle repair box. I thought that was somebody, but it might be a bridge crossing. It's a road delineator post. Kind of looked like somebody's jacket from a half mile away, but I guess there is nobody ahead of me. Nope, just a little bridge. Yeah, the drone helix is probably my best bet with these narrow tree line trails here. So this is my last day of riding here. Watch out, squirrel. Tomorrow we leave for Bonita Springs for a house sit. It's about a 3 to 4 hour ride down to the southwest Florida. We've had house sits down there before, and I imagine one of my rides is going to be along Fort Myers Beach. And it should be pretty busy down there now that the snowbirds are starting to move in. So I'm going to be putting together a trail ride from my house sit. I think I'm gonna end up doing where I need to go, Fort Myers Beach. Round trip would be pretty close to 40 miles. That would be pushing it with 2 batteries. But I've got a couple places I can park to cut that in half, which would be more manageable and allow me to kind of check things out too. Box RX station. Thinking I may want to run this battery dry, even if we make it to the end. We'll just run it dry just to see what kind of miles we're getting. 789 on the railroad marker. We're sitting at 12.7 miles so far. 10:38 a.m. 46 minutes on the seat. They added more of those box repairs stations. I don't remember seeing as many of them. Looks like they got them on every comfort station they got set up around here. I just got a notification. I got a new subscriber called Jesus. So Jesus is watching me now, which is a good thing. I know, it's Jesus. So how come they didn't call Jesus Jesus? Your mind can just float when you're out in the middle of nowhere. It's a nice trail just to clear your head, enjoy the ride, work out any problems you have. Tell you, on these long rides and stuff, it's nice to have a nice bike seat. And this Cloud 9, ever since I got this Cloud 9, it's just been really good. Nice and comfortable. Man, it is just a beautiful day. Hardly any wind. Temperatures in the 70s. Full sun. This trail still gives you enough shade here and there when you need it. Alright, so we're down to 1 bar. 1 bar usually gives me 5 miles. So we'll see how far this takes us. 14.3 miles, and we need to get to 18, so that's 4 miles, give or take. It'll be really close. We'll see. Still running over acorns. $24.5. deal with a GoPro. That's still pretty good, 54 minutes. And the GoPro just went out. All right, well, we're sitting at 15 miles, 1 bar left. So we should be 3 miles. Let's see how many miles we got on the bike. We're sitting at 7,889 plus 1,000, 8,889, 88 plus 5, 93,89, 93,89 on the e-bike. So we should hit 9,400 by the time we get back to the car. So this is the county line. This trail goes through 3 counties. .5. Yeah, I know I can go in lower pedal assist levels. And I probably could stretch my miles out, but I'm one that likes to keep moving. This is a nice steady pace, 16 miles an hour, 16 miles an hour. That's just nice. Anything slower than that, it's just too slow. And I think anything too fast is, you're asking for trouble from other bikers or walkers. And if you ever hit a pothole or something like that, yeah. I see a walker or a biker coming ahead of us. I think he's coming towards us. we're getting close at the end. If I can see traffic passing by, I think that's, if I remember right, it's Highway 50. And this road is so straight that it's actually like a tunnel vision, and you can see, especially if a semi passes by with a, yep, I can see some flashes of streaking going by. I think. There could be a biker coming this way. Might be a biker coming this way with the reflecting sun off their bike. Oh. "17 miles. Yeah, I can see it's a biker coming this way, but I do see traffic way, way in the distance. One of these lowriders. Couldn't read that mile marker, it was all faded. I think it's at 27 or water here. Maybe all the gators are down this way now. hit 18 miles on the bike. That's good. We're still not to the end. My calculations off a little bit. Well, we'll keep riding this out till the battery shuts off. I read somewhere that alligators can travel up to 8 miles to find another pool of water. Oh, it just died. There's all water over there. So we died at 18.3. And we want to let this guy go by first before we stop. All right, let's pull over here and we'll switch out the battery. 18.4. Here we go. 18.4 out of that 10 amp hour battery, and I see the traffic way up ahead, so it looks like less than a mile. $18.4. Remember that number. So once we get to the very end of this trail, that'll be our turnaround point that we need to get out of our 14 amp hour. And last time I had that on there, it ran a dry, it was right on 23. Last time I was here checking on the trail camera, there was a, oh, it looked like a little school outing. There was like about 15, 20 kids. I think it was their little field trip to go have a picnic. sitting at 19 miles. Little trail counter. One, two, three, 4 cars here. 5 cars with the one up there. Alright, so we're at 19.2. So we should have plenty of battery to get back. There we are. Let's do a zoomy here, or droney.
Follow. Droney. 10 meters. Droney. 3, 2, 1.
Got my ice bottle with me today. All right, well, that's going to wrap this one up. We're going to split this video up, and we'll catch you again next time.